And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch coming your way next. Coming up on the first pitch, and today's starting pitcher, Logan Allen. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
All right, ready to go here. And now the center fielder, Jackson Chourio. Liner, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Daz Cameron at the plate. Now snap throw to first.
He's good.
And he's back in easily. That's out to center field. Martinez sizes this one up, and there's one down.
Batting third.
Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. This has been a good, productive lineup so far this year, currently ranking among the better teams in terms of total hits and runs per game.
Well, you know, this lineup sees it as very important to put the ball in play, Boog. I mean, this is an age where strikeouts are up so high and
here's yet.
Number 32, Gavin Williams.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. And that just misses.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Lined into right, and that gets down for a base hit. And now two aboard. And here is Hoskins. And now 1 and 2.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last two pitches were well executed.
Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. Brewers strand a couple. Now the Guardians will get their shot, still scoreless. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here in Cleveland, on the hill here today, Quinn Priester.
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club, and coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
That misses the zone. Now 3 and 1. There's a swing and a drive. And this one looks like trouble. And that's going to roll to the wall. And that's a leadoff double.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Schneemann will hit next. And there's a ball.
2-1.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Runner at second, nobody out. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Now it's José Ramírez. Swing and a ball line to center. Hauls it in for the out.
Batting fourth, designated hitter.
Here's the Guardians lineup now. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is that.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Here in Cleveland, this is Bryce Terang.
Second baseman, Bryce Terang.
And it is 2-1. On a line, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And now here is Eric Haas. The 1-1 is fouled off. No score here in the second. Swing and a miss. And the runner holds.
Batting eighth,
Andrew Monasterio up now for the Brewers. And that's outside. Double play ball to second. Tags the runner for one. On to Santana, 2. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. Now to the bottom of the second. No score. Back now at Progressive Field. Bottom half of inning number 2. And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it falls. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count. Up against it with 2 strikes right there.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff with base hit.
Next pitch misses way outside. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for.
Number 30.
10 gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Alexander.
Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Really good battle right there. That final pitch probably could have gone either way. He was hoping he'd get ball 4. Instead, the umpire rings him up for the backwards K.
And now it's going to be Gabriel Arias. Man at first, 1 away. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Battling here as he fouls it away.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting 8.
Now a chance for Will Brennan.
Will Brennan.
2 outs. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Angel Martinez. The other way. Brings it in for the third out. Guardians strand a couple. We'll move to the third with no score. Top half of the third inning. Now it's the shortstop, José Ortiz. Ripped on a line to center. Makes the grab on the run. And there's one away.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
One out, bases empty. On the ground to third. Throws across the diamond. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder, Daz Cameron.
Daz Cameron up now for the Brewers. 2 outs, bases empty. Into center. Martinez on his way over. Got it. Really had to move for that catch. And that's the third out. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Bottom of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Steven Kwan.
Number 56, Grant Anderson.
Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. And now Daniel Schneemann.
Second baseman, Daniel Schneemann.
Next offering is in the dirt. On the corner for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Struck him out swinging. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Here's José Ramírez. And the slider just misses. That one is absolutely belted. And it looks like trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
All over that one right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Kyle Manzardo now at the plate. High fly ball down the left field line. Yelich makes the grab, and that's the inning. 1 left for the Guardians, and we're still knotted at 0. Start of the 4th, and now it's William Contreras.
The designated hitter, William Contreras.
Up and in, and it's 2-1.
Well, these Brewers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, really nice job of finishing the hitter off right there. Glove side command, fastball firm to the outside corner. Tell you what, very difficult to do anything with that pitch, even if you do swing.
One down, base is empty. And that one is lifted in the air. Martinez sizing this one up. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, first baseman.
And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Right side, hard hit. Throw on to Santana. Third out. That ends the frame. Bottom 4. So in now for Cleveland, Carlos Santana. Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
He was all over that one. Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
Bo Naylor at the plate now. Line drive, that's a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Well, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
First and second, no outs. Gabriel Arias digs in for the Guardians. Liner, and this could be trouble. Headed for the plate. Bangs off the wall. He will score, and they take the lead. Headed for the plate. The run scores all the way from first. It's 2-zip.
Well, he had the opportunity to drive in some runs, and he comes through to break the tie. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, more often than not, you're picking up a knock.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Will Brennan digs in for the Guardians. Man at second. Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now the count is even. Arias leads off second with nobody out. That one the other way, and that's a base hit. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
On Hell Martinez.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Here's the center fielder, Angel Martinez. And that one in the air center field. Chourio under it, makes the catch. Runner tags for home. He scores on the sac fly, and they're up by 3.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Next for the Guardians.
Steven Kwan digs in for the Guardians.
Steven Kwan.
Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Chourio makes the grab on the run.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Daniel Schneemann digs in for the Guardians. Falling behind 2-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Struck him out looking. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. On to the top of the 5th we go. Guardians 3 and the Brewers nothing. And we're back. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Bryce Terang. That misses the zone, and it's 2-1. Cleveland has some action going in their pen. Tanner Bybee appears to be getting loose. Herron getting cranked up as well. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That's back. And that is gone. His 4th home run of the season. It's 3-1. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Eric Haas up now for the Brewers. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Going back on this one. Hauls it in on the warning track.
Outstanding catch right there, and I love the commitment that he showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
Going to count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Now batting, shortstop.
Here's the
Joseph
shortstop
Ortiz.
at the plate. Joseph Ortiz. That's in there. And that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a breaking ball misses outside. And the next pitch is way outside.
Clearly he didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. And we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Kwan makes the catch, and that is that. But the Brewers get one back on the solo home run. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th, and taking over on the mound, Yoel Payamps.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Stepping up for the Guardians, José Ramírez.
Take the base.
So 2 down. Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians. A little out front there as he swings through
1
it.
ball, 2 strikes.
Santana, the runner at first with 2 gone. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Guardians lead 1, but they still lead it 3-1. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Tanner Bybee. He's pitching on 2 days rest. So the batting order turns over. Up now for Milwaukee, Jackson Chourio. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Matt Festa, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Allard, a left. So up next Daz Cameron.
Milwaukee, right fielder Daz Cameron.
Two on, 1 out. And now it'll be Christian Yelich. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That one missing inside.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Inside. And that's ball 3.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position. And a hitter's count.
1 out. Runners at first and second. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Good patience to take that walk and keep the line moving, and it sets up a critical at bat coming up with the bases loaded here.
One out, bases full. And that's too high. That's down and in.
Bases loaded here. If he walks them, probably not the worst thing, because the alternative could be a grand slam.
Got him swinging.
Not a very good curveball right there, but sometimes those high breaking balls kind of surprise you as a hitter, and when they stay high, have just a little more velo on him to get by you. And that 2-strike count, I thought was a pretty good pitch to hit. I think he got a little too excited and tried to do too much.
And stepping in is the speedy Bryce Terang. Check swing, and he went. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two outs. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The pitch. That one missed.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Santana. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. A strong showing there from the Cleveland bullpen. 7, 8, 9 due up in the home half of the inning. Guardians 3 and the Brewers 1. Back here in Cleveland, and the batter will be the shortstop, Gabriel Arias.
So he came up clutch earlier in this ball game and really just needs to take the same approach. Think hard right back up the middle.
On the ground, Terang. And that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
Now batting, right fielder, Will Brennan.
And now the right fielder, Will Brennan. All right, Singy, trivia time. Back when this ballpark opened, 1994, one future Hall of Famer hit the first triple in the park, and another hit the first homer by a Cleveland player. Think you know who they were?
Okay, I know that Ken Griffey Jr. hit the first triple here, but first homer for Cleveland. Give me a hint.
Switch hitter. That's all you're getting.
Oh, dude. Eddie Murray, no doubt.
Bam!
Fielder,
and now the center fielder, Angel Martinez. Ground ball to the right side, and that's just foul. 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. The Guardians go down in order as the lead remains 3-1.
Now pitching.
The Guardians going with a new pitcher, Luis Ortiz.
Number 45.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
Here's the catcher, Eric Haas.
For the Brewers, catcher, Eric Haas.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the lead.
Ball 4.
Here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, Jackson Chourio. Tying run at the plate. Swings and misses, struck him out. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and one man left. Seventh inning stretch time. Guardians 3 and the Brewers 1. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Brian Hudson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now the left fielder, Steven Kwan. And delivers outside.
You know, these Guardians, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've seen how many line drive base hits they've been able to produce in this one. 6 to be exact, and they've all been pretty loud.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And there's one down.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
One down, base is empty. Hudson, a very difficult guy to get hits off of. It's really rare for teams to string stuff together against him.
He wins every pitch, and for a hitter, sometimes a victory is just fouling off one of his pitches. Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, you can pretty much forget about it.
To kick the 3-2, and they'll do it again. As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right?
Yeah, and you're hoping that, you know, somehow, some way, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, something bad happens, because outside of that, his stuff is just too good to fail.
Stays alive.
And he's got deception in his delivery, and it's not that he's trying to deceive the hitters. He just has this natural flow that makes it hard for hitters to pick the ball up. It gets on them a little bit quicker than they anticipate, even though they know what the velocity numbers are. Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees, but just no help from the umpire.
And up next for Cleveland, José Ramírez. And now 2 balls and a strike. And a foul ball. That misses. And now it's 3-2.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate. Didn't miss by much right there. Just couldn't get the call off the inside corner.
First and second, 1 out. And the batter now, Kyle Manzardo. The 1-1. And that one missing low.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Drops into the glove. Runner tags at second. And he's up to third safely with 2 gone.
Now batting, first baseman, Carlos Santana.
Carlos Santana digs in for the Guardians. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Cameron squeezes it, and that'll do it. So they strand a pair. We look ahead to inning number 8. Guardians 3 and the Brewers 1. Here in Cleveland, and now Daz Cameron.
Leading off for Milwaukee, right fielder Daz Cameron.
Outside.
Ball, that's out.
Movement in the pen for the Guardians. Matt Festa getting ready to go. Clase, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Center field. Martinez on the move. One down.
Now batting, designated hitter, William Contreras.
William Contreras up now for the Brewers. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. And that one misses up and in. And that's ball two.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the Guardians bullpen. Joey Cantillo won't go any further. Two-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Matt Festa.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here comes Christian Yelich. Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the eighth. Swings and misses. 1-2.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the eighth. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the ninth with at least a two-run lead.
Just misses the mark outside the zone. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee, and it remains a 3-1 ball game.
Now pitching for
Elvis
Milwaukee.
Peguero on a pitch out of the pen here.
And we all know about his
Elvis
slider.
Peguero.
It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And here's the catcher, Bo Naylor. Next pitch is outside. Got him looking, and 1 out now.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his
Now
third
batting,
strikeout, and this
shortstop,
one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
That's out.
Movement in the bullpen, Abner Uribe. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. That clips the zone. 3-2 now.
Count full.
Line drive. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Will Brennan, the next to hit. Swings and misses. And a count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that
2
one is
balls, 2
inside.
strikes.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Yelich brings it in. And that
Now pitching
Back
for the
now,
Guardians.
and on the mound, the closer,
Number
Emmanuel
48.
Clase.
Well, the best
Emmanuel
relievers love the
Clase.
opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
The 2-2. 99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other two outs.
Ripped to third. And they're down to their last out.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game.
Now
It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Here's the catcher to hit, Eric Haas. That's inside, and a count 2-1. The Guardians up by 2 here at the top of the ninth. Next offering is fouled back. The Brewers down to their final strike. Good eye in that spot.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Draws the walk there, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
The tying run at the plate. Line to left, and foul ball. Hit to right, and that should do it. And that'll do it. The Guardians claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
Another solid outing from him out of the bullpen. He's up to double digits now with his 10th save of the season.